So we finally have the data mine on Razor Shell. We now know Razor Shell stats. If you're curious why we're talking about Razor Shell, well, tomorrow, September 19th, is Samurott Community Day. When Samurott evolves all the way into a Samurott, it will get the special community attack Hydro Cannon, as usual with starter type Pokemon. But as an added little perk, Razor Shell is getting added to Samurott's permanent move pool, and up until recently we didn't know what the stats were on that Razor Shell, so now we're talking about the stats on the Razor Shell, what it could mean for Samurott, and what it could mean for other Pokemon that may get Razor Shell in the future. By the way, if you are curious about Samurott Community Day and Hydro Cannon Samurott, link up above and in the description to my previous analysis on it. This video is going to be talking about Razor Shell. Now without further ado, Razor Shell. Razor Shell is a 35 damaging attack with a 35 energy cost, and it has a 50% chance to drop your opponent's defense stat by 1 stage. Now we did expect the 50% chance for the 1 drop on the defense because that's what Razor Shell does in the main series games. Now we got the stats. It's 35 for 35, 1 DPE, which isn't great. It could be worse. There are worse attacks in the game, but 1 DPE isn't too bad. And when you consider that it's a 35 energy cost charge move, which is as low as it gets, as a debuffing move that you could possibly spam or bait with, I think Razor Shell is looking very okay. I mean, consider Mirror Shot has the same exact stats, but it's 30% chance to drop your opponent's attack stat by 1 stage, 30% chance to do the 1 stage debuff. This is 50%. So clearly not that bad of an attack. What does this attack mean for Samurott though? Not a whole heck of a lot. I mean, Samurott's not meta in any way, shape, or form, even with Hydro Cannon, even with the Razor Shell here. So Samurott's still kind of a weird niche pick. I feel like if you were to go triple water on it, like if a meta called for triple water or you personally weren't afraid of going triple water on your Samurott, I think that could be interesting because you could like fake your opponent out. They think it's going to be Hydro Cannon. Why wouldn't it be Hydro Cannon? They got to shield the Hydro Cannon, and guess what? It was Razor Shell, and it'd be even cuter if you got the debuff off of it too. So I think that could be interesting for Samurott. I think Samurott's best place is probably in the Ultra League if you are going to go hard on this event and you're looking for the good IVs. I think Ultra League might be Samurott's best place, sort of like Empoleon that's not a steel type, that doesn't have good alternative coverage, so very, very specific Empoleon. Samurott's not that great. Razor Shell's not a game changer for it, but it's not terrible. It's not a terrible move, and Samurott's not exactly the worst thing ever either. Now, as far as Razor Shell on other Pokemon are concerned, the main suspect group of Pokemon, 4 Pokemon that I would love to see Razor Shell on any one of them, is like the entire Slow family. You know, Slowbro, Slowking, Galarian Slowbro, Galarian Slowking. All these Pokemon are starved for a good bait move, or just any bait move to begin with, especially since most of them are using slow attacks like, you know, Confusion and Poison Jab and Hex. So having an even faster attack, okay, Hex isn't that slow, I know, but having an even earlier charge move on them, especially a water type one, would be really, really nice, especially for like Slowking, who's got nothing to do, and then Slowbro would also appreciate it being like the better iteration of Slowking. So I think in the future we could probably see this move on any one of these Pokemon. I don't think Galarian Slowking is in the game right now. It's a creepy, spooky looking Pokemon, so maybe part of the Halloween event or something, Slowking will come, the Galarian one, and then maybe it'll have Razor Shell now. Maybe they'll have another like Galarian Slowpoke event, and that could, I don't know, come with Razor Shell being on anyone in the Slow line. There are plenty of future opportunities for the Slow family to get Razor Shell. So if they did get Razor Shell, I think that would be a boon for them. Not that there aren't better charge moves that they could get instead. I mean, Aqua Tail I think is straight up better. Like if you think Duat I feel is like the OG user of Razor Shell. Samurott just kind of inherits it from Duat there. Duat being the middle stage evolution. But Duat's got Aqua Tail. Duat's not getting Razor Shell, but even if Duat did get Razor Shell, it would still probably use Aqua Tail and X-Scissor. So, you know, just straight up damage is kind of better than a 50% chance to debuff, you know? So if the Slow family got Aqua Tail, if they got Body Slam, if they got Cross Chop, those would probably be better options. But if they got slower, lower cost charge moves, I don't know if that would necessarily be better than the Razor Shell, because once you go to like 40 energy or 45 energy, especially for the ones that use confusion, you know, instead of 3 confusions, now you're looking at 4 confusions. Instead of 6 confusions, you're looking at 8 and 9 confusions. So it does kind of like add up pretty quickly on them. So having that low cost 35 energy cost, that'd be pretty great. So if they were to get it, fantastic. If they don't get it, oh well, I guess. But I think I like that the ball is now in their court to potentially get it in the future. So fingers crossed for the Slow family. At any rate, that's all I got to say about Razor Shell. Once again, if you want to know more about Samurott and Samurott Community Day, link above and in the description. We also know what October Community Day is. It's Dust Skull, and I got an analysis on that already up. Link up above and in the description as well if you want to check that out. If you like this kind of content, you want to see more like it, make sure to subscribe to SwagTips here. And I guess if you got any questions, comment below, let me know what's up. I'll be happy to help you out. I did my outro backwards. SwagTips. I'd also like to give a special shout out to these patron supporters. If you want to support Swagman on Patreon, link in the description.